So organizing your mail, what I've done here is I have what are called labels, and we can create a label like one by one, and we could actually drag email messages into a label. So let's just say that I created, and maybe I wanted to do something with this email address. I could click on the address, the checkbox there, and go to labels, and I could label it on one of the labels that I already have made, or create one here. Maybe I wanted to create one called Talking Points, because that's what it has to do with. So I've already, labeled it, and it's sort of like I tagged it. So it has this little label here. I could go to the left here to look at my label here, and I could change its color. I could go to this talking points, go to the 3 dots, and change it to maybe this bluish type thing so it kind of stands out. If I wanted to get it out of this inbox, I could literally click on the email and drag it down to the label, and it's out of the inbox, and it's now in the label, and it's sort of like a folder now. So it's not just, it had that little blue thing on it. It actually is in here now. If I wanted to put this back in the inbox, I could go to move to inbox. So, you can kind of go back and forth. And if I click on inbox, there it is. Something you can do a little bit more systematically, especially with email that's coming in, is you can create a filter. Filters are kind of actions, things that happen in your mail without your intervention. So it's not that one by one, like dragging like I did with this email. So I could do a search here. Maybe I want to look for Naviance emails. So I'm going to do use the search box up here, and I'm just going to search Naviance. It's a very basic search. I could get even more granular as far as who sent it to me from Naviance. A lot of the counselors use it. Some teachers use it. What time it was sent. How old is the message? Does it have an attachment? Is it unread, et cetera, et cetera. I can also go into this advanced search and put more things here. So I know about when I look at Naviance emails from the counselors and teachers, it usually comes from this email address. Maybe that's what I want to look for. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go back out, go to the advanced search, and paste that email and see what comes back. I'm going to get rid of this word Naviance. See what comes back when I do a search. Okay, so it actually put what I'm actually searching for here in the search box, but maybe this is what I'm looking for. Maybe I want to just group all of these emails together. So how do I do it automatically? Well, I can go back to the advanced search, and now that I know that this is my search, I can click on filter, create filter. So based on these search parameters, and I can have more in here than just that, I can create a filter that would automatically do something. So I could star it, skip it. In this case, I'm going to apply a label. I want to do what I did with that individual email, but I want to do it with all of them. So I could choose an email here that I already have, or I could create a new one right here, new label. And then I can click on create. Now, the way it is now, if I would say create filter, it's just going to do this for future emails. The emails I haven't gotten yet. But if I wanted to put the label on emails I already have in my Google Mail, ones that I've already saved, I need to go down here and check this box. Also apply filter to matching conversations. It's kind of a strange way of saying to existing email, but that's what it is. I click on create filter, and now it's going to take a little bit of time because it's got to look through all of my email and then try to match up how those, all the emails that meet that criteria. On the left-hand side, I'm seeing that the label is there. I haven't yet gotten a message that was successful, and I will. Maybe what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to dress this up a little bit. I'm going to go to the 3 dots next to the label, and I'm going to give it a color. Maybe I'll give it orange or maybe yellow. Okay, now I have a message that your filter was created. And notice now that some of these have Naviance. It's kind of clunky that first time it's made. I'm just going to click on the label now. Okay, and it is, these are all of the emails that meet that criteria. And the 53 here means unread emails. So I have about 200 total, but 53 of them are unread. That's what that means. I can go back to my inbox, and if I do have any of those emails, it should show that label. There's one of them right now. Okay. So that's one way that you can sort of look at your email is label it and then click on the label, and then it narrows it down for you so you don't have to see everything. Another thing I could do is maybe I'm thinking of I'm talking with people at a university, and I want to put all those emails in. I want to label them, but I also want to forward them to my personal account, like Gmail account. So what I would do is I'm going to think about who it is that I want to forward. Is it one particular person, or is it maybe a slew of people who are emailing me from that university who all have the same email address at the end, like it's the domain? So an example could be Lehigh. If I'm talking with people from Lehigh, multiple people, I could put them separately and make separate filters, or all in one. I could say, and I would put a star for everyone who is emailing me who has an @lehigh.edu email address. And I just know this because I know the email. Okay, I want to make a filter for them. So the star means anyone. So any name that comes before the @ it will qualify for this. So I'm going to click on search. And here are a bunch of emails. And I actually have an email address. So that's why my name's coming up here. I like this. So I'm going to say, go back to it. And I'm going to say create filter, because now I want to forward this to my personal Google Mail. What I would do is, I could make a label as well. Okay, just like I did before, but I could also click on forward it, and I would have to have a forwarding address in here. So you would want to then click on this if this is what you want to do. Click on add forwarding, and then click on here, add a forwarding address, and then enter in a Google email that you have, and then click on next. And then it's going to have you proceed. And then I have to go to that email address and get the confirmation code and put it in here to verify it. Once I do that, and I go back to the filter I'm making, this will become black. I'll be able to check it, and I'll be able to choose that email address. Something else that's important, though, is if you want to filter email that you already got in your email account from the Lehigh people, you need to make sure that you choose this to do the existing email, and then say you have this forwarding checked. It will then forward all of that email to that email address that you put in here. So it's kind of a targeted way to forward all the email from a specific person or from a specific institution, instead of going by each and every one. Okay, and then you would have to create the filter. So those are a few things. Some other things that have been asked are, if I want to, archive it, I don't want to see email. That's really a matter of, you could do that one by one by going to the message. And then this is the way that you could archive it. You could then click on archive, and then it goes into the all mail area, and you don't see that. You could also do a search here and then select all the email in your search so that it chooses all of them and then archive it. So you can kind of do it in mass, and it says all 50 will be selected. Or you could select all the conversations that match this search. So I hope this helps. Another place that would be interesting for you is to go into settings, see all settings, where you can see all of your labels, where you can manage them. And also you have filters, a place where you can manage your filters. So hope these strategies help you out in organizing your email.